Hello and good evening. How are we all? Hi, Davey. Just let a few people come on. We're just waiting for the team on. We've got Steve sitting in the background at the moment, ready and waiting. Just going to wait for Gemma and anybody else to come on quickly before I bring them all on. Just going to post a link if anybody is interested in coming on and asking any questions whatsoever. So before I do look at bringing anybody else on, what I'm going to do is sort of recap from earlier on with regards to we have Leanne in on YouTube. So sort of recap really on what happened earlier on. I'm just going to do a bit of sharing out very quickly with this. Right then. So, quick recap for whilst everybody's coming in. So basically, I come on a bit earlier on. I've got the wrong background on at the minute. Bear with me a second. Let me just get the right background on for tonight. Oh, wrong background is not there. Let's have a little look. Where is it? Audio, green screen. That's the one I want. There we go. So as you saw before, you had the readathon, as it said on the background. So what we are doing is Drew and I are going to be going and doing a 12-hour readathon on Saturday. We're going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. Anybody who's able to come on and who wants to donate to the readathon, basically the readathon is any money raised will be going to looking after 3 young children that have just lost their parents to the coronavirus. And so we are looking to try and raise some money for that in conjunction with John Sixcents and his team, who are also doing a similar thing in a slightly different manner. So, but we're going to do a 12-hour readathon. So Drew will be coming on doing a 4-hour stint from 10 till 2. We're going to have a break then. Then from there, what we're going to do is go from between about 2:15 till about 6. Have another quick break, and then Drew will go from about 6:15 until 8, and then from 8 till 10, Phil from Be the Spiritual Gift will be coming on. So before I introduce everybody from the team, I'm just going to do a quick few hellos to everybody. Hi Roddy, hi Ann Jackson, hi Pollyanna, hi Kathleen, hi Carol, hi Noreen, hi Kathleen, hi Andy, hi Rachel, and hi Tracy. Tracy says the link's not working for her. Tracy, hello Gemma, right?
Hi.
Bit jumpy. Hi Vicky. Hi Steve. Tracy, if you are using iOS, please use Safari. So copy and paste it into Safari. If you are using Android, you should just be able to open it in any normal browser. Hi Natalie Jane. Hi Elaine Farrell. Hi Jeanette Leon. How are we all?
Good.
Good, thanks.
Gemma's disappearing on us.
She's probably helping Tracy.
And she's muted us. She's muted herself as well. So obviously, as you guys all heard a minute ago, I was just recapping on what Drew and I are doing on Saturday. It's sad to hear that. It's quite, it's really sad to hear the fact that the family has lost the mother and father, and you've now got 3 little children that having to live with the grandparents. They're never going to know that. Well, the little one, especially the 10-month-old, is never really going to know the mother and father. That's all, So trying to raise as much money as we possibly can for it and for them. And obviously, if anybody's got any clothing or anything like that at all that they want to donate for the children, then that'll be awesome. Hi, Becca Rowley. Hello, Karen Lithgow. Hi, Margaret O'Malley. Hi, Ellie Boylan. So just wait for Gemma to come on, or come back, I should say. So what's everybody been up to since we spoke?
Work. Work.
Yourself, Vicky?
Yeah, work and walking, really.
Yeah.
I've set a challenge to do at least 150 miles this month, but I've already passed that, so I'm going to up it to 200, maybe 250. We'll see.
And what you do?
Just walking.
Just walking, is it? That's fair. That's fair enough. You can't go wrong with that at all if you've managed to hit that that milestone already. I need to get my ass out of the house a bit more at the moment. I think my main thing at the moment is going to, if I go to the shop or if I go to the post office, and that's about it at the moment. Other than that, I'm just keeping my butt sat on the sofa.
I'm NHS, so I got no chance. I'm working all hours.
I can imagine. How are you getting on with? Have you got much in the way of PPE and stuff? Are you doing all right for that where you are?
It's not brilliant, but it's starting to feed in slowly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Becca Rowley, what size clothes do they need? So basically, you've got one child is 6, one's 4, and one. So you've got a 6-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl, and a 10-month-old baby. Ellie Boylan, I put a bra on today. I'm very proud of my achievement. I put one on as well. I was quite proud of it as well. Right, so I'm just going to share out a bit more as well before. Still waiting for Gemma to come back on before we get properly started. See, it's a very busy week this week with regards to live streams. Very busy next week as well.
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone altogether. So next week, so I've got you guys tonight. I've got Paranormal Sisters and Charity Warriors tomorrow. Then I've got there we go. And hey!
Hello!
Hey!
I'm
Tracy's on!
Hey!
Hey!
I just had to help Tracy. There she is.
She's finally been able to get on the page.
Can you hear us, Trace?
Question is, can we hear her?
I'm glad the ban's been lifted.
Yay! Tracy, I really don't know how on earth you were banned for some reason. I really do not know. I don't know how on earth that happened. I think she's got a bit of lag.
I can't hear Dan.
Can you not hear me?
Can anybody hear Dan?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah?
I can't hear him.
You can't hear me at all?
Can anybody hear me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
fine.
can hear Steve.
Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you, all of you.
Vicky?
Can you hear me, Jem?
I can't hear Vicky.
We'll
I
sign
can't hear
language,
her. I
Gemma,
can't
shall
hear
we?
Dan either.
We'll sign language, Gemma. So obviously we're going to have a few technical issues again tonight, aren't we? It's going to be a bit of a fun one. Gemma, is it worth? We had this with John last night. John Sixth
I have
Sense.
no
He was
idea
having a
what's
bit
being
of
said.
Should we like get a big piece of paper and a pen and write them?
Oh, I didn't bring one.
She's gone. She ran away.
You smell.
Right. So Gemma's run away. How are we all doing then?
Good.
So I think
Good.
we get Tracy on, you see, and then we get rid of, and then Gemma can't come, and Gemma can't hear nothing. So we'll get started in a minute. We'll have a bit of a chin wag. If anybody does want to come onto the chat whatsoever, you're more than welcome to. Please follow the link at the bottom of the chat, and feel free to ask any questions that you want to. just going back here. So, just going back to. Oh, we have Gemma back. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Leanne, just going back to chat very quickly. Leanne says she has a car seat that goes up to £16 and other bits for the baby, which is great. Leanne's one of my mods on YouTube. Natalie Jane says a bra. What's one of them? Kay Emma Dare says, you know, it's a bad day when you put your bra on backwards and it fits.
Can you hear us, Jam?
Can you hear
I
us
can hear
now?
you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey?
I can hear you.
Hey? Hey?
funny.
Right, there we go. So Robin Pratt says she can hear us all. Ellie Boylan says, I'm hosting a live power chat on Thursday, doing a lone live ghost hunt at my haunted pub on Saturday, and being interviewed on Tuesday by a paranormal group and live again Wednesday. So busy. Well, talk about that. Busy. Next week, it's Celeb Week on here. So Thursday next week, I've almost certainly, 99.9% certain, I've got Brian Cano from Haunted Collector. And then on Saturday, the big one, I have
Gemma Bradfield.
Yeah. That's on Wednesday. She's on Wednesday. Yeah, I got another big name at the moment, I should say, in the paranormal industry. He's Daryl Marston from Ghost Hunt, the TV show Ghost Hunters. So Daryl is coming on live a week on Saturday for a chinwag. So that'll be quite good. At the moment, so Trisha might be popping on tonight as well. Okay, so she might pop on the live tonight. She's feeling a bit better today, so she might pop on and say hello a little bit later. Where are we? So Kelly Arnold, hi, how you doing? Becca Rowley says I may pop up in chat at some point. Christopher Cruz says I'm in the process of designing a handheld device to transmit an electromagnetic field. Okay. Becca Rowley says I like your PJs, Trace. Ha ha.
No, it's not PJs, it's just a hoodie. Wonder Woman.
Do you spin around first and then it automatically happens? It sort of comes on you?
No, I got too dizzy.
Oh, right.
Too dizzy.
You span around, fell over, and then put it on, yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I reckon it's that position on the screen in the bottom right-hand corner today.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I didn't even come back on.
I reckon it must be that position that chat space number 5 doesn't want to work.
Bye.
It's not working again. Thank you, Carol Swindle, for sharing. Emma Boylan says hello, Mark. Green light paranormal reunion, and Becca Rowley's putting laughing faces. So, has anybody got any questions for the Science Beyond the Grave team? When we can get all of them on. Why are we laughing? We're having some silly technical difficulties. Nothing wants to work. And Vicky's got cats crawling around behind her.
Yeah, she's gone now. She said she didn't want the budgie to take centre stage today, so she came in.
That's it. Becca Rowley's asking when is Drew live again. I messaged him, but no reply. I guess he's very busy. Yeah. If you messaged him on his page, all being well, I'll message him afterwards and make sure he gets back to you, Becca. Philip Williams, hi, how are you? Ellie Boylan. This is hilarious. A whole live of people saying, "Can you hear me?" Yeah, nothing's working. Hopefully Tracy's back with us, and we'll probably lose Gemma.
Gemma, it's your turn
she's
next.
coming back.
Yay, Gemma, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
That's all right then. Tracy's like,
Tracy can hear us.
Earth to Tracy.
Badger.
Oh God.
So I right or no?
Do you reckon she hasn't got her audio on?
Probably.
I can't read that.
Can you smell
see?
Gemma?
Can you smell Gemma?
Right.
Dickhead.
I'm going to get slapped, I'll tell you. Mark Green has asked the question, what is the team's favourite piece of equipment?
Oh, we had this one the other day, didn't we?
That's it.
Go on then, Vic.
Well, mine's always the same. I like the Ouija board. Men don't, but I just find that we get sort of information from it. And yeah, I just like the excitement of it once it gets moving and things. So that's mine.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just seen my friend's got a little girl sitting in the background come to say hello to me quickly. So I'll say hello. Hello, Amara Grace.
Oh.
My friend's little girl.
Mama,
Hello, Amara.
say good night.
Good night.
Hi,
Good night.
Oh, that's cute.
Good night.
Mara. Oh, Mara, say what's up?
We'll see you waving on the telly. Look on the tin. You can see my parents as well. Put the light on.
Oh, right. Oh, she's off to bed. Tracy, can you hear us now? We're not doing very well here, are we?
No.
No.
Should we just carry on with the question?
Yeah, there we go. So what is your favourite piece of equipment then, guys?
Gemma, do you want to go on?
Steve, you can go.
Right, well, for myself, I like cat balls. They're very cheap, very simple. They're clear and precise. If nothing goes near or touches them, they don't light up. And I think they're just a nice, simple bit of a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Vicky?
I've already said about the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jen?
and for me, it's the K2. I think the K2s are the best thing to use. Very simple, really easy. You can't go wrong with them, really. That's my favourite.
Can't go too wrong, can you? You can't go too wrong.
Tracy, can you hear us? Is she all right? What's she looking around for?
I think I'm going to have to go in the house.
Yeah. Is she not already in now?
No.
No, she's in the shower.
Right, back to the
Got a
chat then.
chalet
So,
over the garden.
hi to Hawkeye Station Paranormal on YouTube. We're having some fun. Hawkeye Station Paranormal says, "Who is slightly going lockdown crazy?" Becca Rowley says, "I love coming on here. Such a laugh makes my night." Adrian Adkins, good to have you on, my friend. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's been
Hi,
ages.
Adrian.
Have you guys worked with him?
He comes on a lot of our investigations.
Oh, Adrian's an amazing medium. I've never known somebody who
Good
can get a
guy.
tape. I've never known somebody who, when you're working with a tape, doing table tipping, the table goes nuts. Like, it goes crazy when you work with Adrian on it. Did the Savoy Theatre the one time with him.
And with us as well.
Oh, I did the Savoy. I did the Savoy Theatre with him though, and it went absolutely crazy. It was dancing across the stage. I couldn't believe it. So I'll definitely have to come out and come out with you guys if Adrian's going to be there. That'll be a fun night with all of us.
Yeah. He comes on most of them, to be fair.
Is he? Oh, you can't go wrong with Adrian. Yeah, he's a great guy. Absolute great guy.
He's also got a house in
yes,
very
Fish
active. It's active.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's originally from Cambridge. He moved over this way from Cambridge a couple of years back now.
Yeah.
And he had my he's got the original version of the EDI meter. He's got one of those, and that he had off me a couple of years ago. Right, shall we try her once more? Tracy got up in the house, literally.
Come on, Tracy. Can you hear us?
Hello. Yes. That's why I've been banned. I'm trouble. Right.
Tracy, just backtracking. What's your favourite bit of equipment?
Loads. How long we got?
38 minutes.
All right. Well, the very first piece of equipment that I came across was the K2 because I was given it on an investigation and it worked all night. So that was the first one that I came into contact with. But since then, I've just been sourcing lots and lots of cool gadgets. I've just got loads now. So dependent on the night. I have my favourite on the night. Some of them work better than others on the night. So that's my favourite for that night.
Cool.
You get what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Becca Rowley is asking, can you do a Ouija board on your own or does there need to be two people? What's your thoughts in that respect?
Apparently you can. I've never done it on my own.
I've never done it alone.
No, not me.
But apparently you
I
can.
don't think I'd want to.
I've only ever done one once, so it's not my cup of tea. You need one of these, Tracy.
What's
Big
that?
boy
What
one.
is it?
Plasma ball.
Oh, yeah.
A what?
Big boy plasma.
Plasma ball.
I've got a big one and a small one. I can't bring the big one out with us too much, but I've got a small little one that I bring.
I've got a big one and a small one.
Oh, I bet you have.
That's that. Thank you, Gemma.
Yeah. So, sorry about before, but I couldn't hear anybody, so I thought I'd come in the house.
Yeah, there's probably a bit of signal issue there.
All good.
Well, you're here now with us, Badger. That's all.
Yeah. So, Ellie
Yeah.
Boyden is asking the question, do you find child spirits more scary? She says she knows she does.
No.
No.
We, as a team, we always seem to draw children in, don't we? I'd say especially, and personally, I tend to sort of, pull in kids as well. I don't know why.
Yeah, we get a lot of children spirits. Yeah.
Yeah.
They play, they hang around.
Very playful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why would you say that is?
Because we're fun.
I think it is
I
as
think
well.
they
I
like the
think it's because
attention.
we've got lots of energy.
That's it. I was just going to say, is it that energy? Is it that excitement and the energy that you give when, because I know you like to have a laugh as well. And, obviously, as we've seen so far tonight. As we're moving on here, so Carol Swindle's saying carry on regardless, obviously with the issues with the technical issue we've been having. Hawkeye Station Paranormal on YouTube saying I have real proof of life after death.
Wow. We want to hear it. Come on, share it with us.
That's it.
Yeah, share it with us.
They've then come on and said insane. I'm assuming it's meant to be spirit laugh after a valid question. That's great.
Ooh.
And apparently there's a dark oracle. Can't get my words out today.
I'm a dark oracle.
Apparently, I'm a dark oracle.
No.
Okay.
They are.
What's the reasons for saying that?
I
Then? Do we know?
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're talking about Hawkeye Station Paranormal are talking about themselves there. So, but it'll be good to elaborate on that one. Next one is some laughing faces. So, yeah, it'd be good to elaborate on that one. Nancy Peverell, hope you're all okay. Keep safe. Luke Davis, hi, how are you?
We're all brilliant.
Ingrid Duquette, lovely to see you again. Adrian Adkins, look forward to that. Great to see you again, Dan. Yeah, it's been too long, my friend.
What about us, AD?
Oh, hi, Adrian. Right.
Forget Dan. What about us?
I I literally haven't seen him for probably 2 years, something like that. So
Yeah, but I think he likes us more.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've got his phone number. I could probably give him a call, but
Yeah, stop being ignorant.
so Luke Davis says he's done it alone, but didn't work. Well,
Well, Luke, you
Let's
need to
not
come
read-
with us, and then
Luke-
we'll show you how to get it going.
that's it.
Vicky will show you.
Okay, we'll stop that. We'll stop that train of thought there. Becca, I want to get one and try it, but would I bring something bad into my house if I did?
Yeah, don't get one unless you know what you're actually doing with it, to be honest.
No.
You have to open them up and then you have to close them afterwards and stuff, you know? So I wouldn't advise you to get one unless you're actually on an investigation or you're with somebody that's trained and knows what they're doing.
On
Vicky,
this subject,
Steve,
Pardon?
down to you. Vicky, Steve, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love doing a Ouija board, but I wouldn't get my own and bring it in the house.
I'm
Steve?
very wary of the Ouija board. I've always been taught that like attracts like, so that if you're a very honest person, then you tend to attract like spirit. I don't know what your train of thought is on that, but that's what I've always been taught and always believed. If you're a dark person, then you tend to draw in dark spirits.
Personally, I think energies are generally spirits. Obviously, are generally fueled by the energies that we give off as we investigate. So, if we do what you were saying, then if we're giving off a negative energy as such, then they're going to be putting that across. You know,
Yeah.
let's put that onto the spirit. If you're living in that energy all the time, if they're in that energy all the time, they're going to. It's no doubt that they're going to be negative. So,
My experience. Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I've only ever once encountered a spirit that I never wanted to go near, and that was while I was working. I was a lift engineer, and I went to a basement to a very old building in the coal exchange in Cardiff, and when I went to the basement where the equipment was, and one corner I did not want to go into.
Yeah, there's a few places that I've been to where I wouldn't want to get involved with the certain spirits that are there. Dawn Herbs on YouTube is asking the question, what do you guys think of the SLS cameras?
Oh, I like it. I do like it. It's very intriguing.
I had
but you
one.
have to be careful.
Sorry,
You have to be careful because it picks up other things, doesn't it? I think if you put it in the middle of the room, you're going to be fine. But I think if you put it like near a doorway and things like, it's picking up other things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just think you need to have it like in a room, in the middle of the room on its own. Because we've seen it, haven't we, at Shepton Mallet, didn't we, Trace?
Yeah.
We saw something coming down from the ceiling. That was weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did buy one.
Yeah.
I did buy one, but I couldn't. I didn't get on with it. So that's all I got to say. I'm into looking at some new modifications on one, which I might be happier with, but I found a bit cumbersome and stuff like that for me personally.
Your thoughts, Vicky, Steve?
I've not used one, to be honest. Tracy, you couldn't get it to work, could you, the day that I was there? So I haven't really got much of an opinion on that one.
No, me. I'm afraid Tracy is the gadget person.
Tracy's the gadget girl.
Gadget girl. There we
She
go.
is.
Adrian Adkins says, I have 3 of the large plasmas. Happy to bring them next time. We left them running for 2 hours in the room at the Redout, and it was amazing. Ellie Boylan says, it just upsets me as children are not supposed to be dead. It's sad and affects me. Nancy Peverell says, I think you should all sound lovely. I'm new here. Thank you very much, Natalie. Nancy, I should say.
Hi, Nancy.
My chat just flew up then. What Nancy also asking the question, what is a dark oracle? I think the spirit is the best to respond to that one, really. It's a bit out of my realm what dark oracle is, personally. I wouldn't mind the chat, the team on YouTube popping back on and letting us know. Luke Davis says the best app you lot have used.
I don't really tend to use apps, if I'm honest. Vicky, you've had some apps on your phone, haven't you?
Yeah, I had Paratech, but I haven't really used it much. I think I used it on the last investigation we did, sort of before the lockdown, but I didn't really get much from it. There was a couple of sort of things that I queried and thought maybe it was sort of a response to what I'd asked, but yeah, I need to use it more really to see what I think.
Steve?
Yeah.
I've never really tried them, I'll be honest. I haven't seen any of them.
Okay, I tend to use them a few. I try them out and see what's what with them. A few different ones, see what's what, So where are we? Adrian Adkins says, "Oh no, I like you all." There we go.
Yay!
Rachel Walker Northcott just said, "I've jumped on to see how you're going and not sure if it's a different chat I'm on."
No, this is correct. This is what we like.
Luke Davis says, my Ouija lives in the back of my car.
Right.
Becca Rowley. Yeah, when I watch a film Ouija, I watched how they done it, but I'm guessing that's not the same. Yeah.
No.
Not really.
Probably not, no.
Do you find it funny in the films, though, when you see them or on a TV show of some sort, and they're holding on to it like that? They're holding onto the planchette like that, and you can just see them. It's it's nothing like the real thing, is it?
No.
Nothing at all.
No.
Nancy Peverell, where are we? Have any of you had any bad experiences with a Ouija board?
No, not personally.
No, nothing bad.
I wouldn't say bad. I've had like swearing.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
swear at you, tell you to F off and things like that, and call you a bitch and so forth. I've had that, but I've not had anything like majorly bad happen to me, like physically. I know other people have, but I've not witnessed that myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Steve, you don't go near them, do you? So
I'm not saying I don't go near them. I don't like them much. I have done quite a bit in the past on them. I will say to people, if you're going to use the Ouija board, to ask questions that only you know, because what I've found is that you tend to get people who pretend to be other people. That's my experience, and that's something I've always found is that I always ask a question if it's something I know that only I would know with them.
yeah.
I tend to find that with the Ouija board, it's worth the same with table tipping. It's worth with the Ouija board. It's worth turning the finger upside down and putting the finger on it like that. So it's very hard to put pressure on and force it then. And then with table tipping as well, if you put a piece of paper under each hand, you can't physically grip the table properly then.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It means that you take away the possibility of that. That force that you potentially could be putting yourself on, on your hand. You have to physically really push on it to be able to get it if you've got paper under your hands.
Yeah, true.
We tend to make sure the lights are out really when we do the Ouija board, don't we, Trace? And then use a torch or something just to look where it stops.
Yeah.
So that, if we can see then if it's not making any sense, or even if it is making sense, we haven't physically sort of moved it there because we don't know. It could stop anywhere on any letter. You can't see. So
letters are, can you?
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing, I suppose, when you're when you're using infrared, or you're using night vision rather than live streaming, you're in a position then where you can potentially still see what it's going to in the dark without having the lights on. So that way, at least you're in a better position to be able to tell if it's random or not.
Yeah.
So Nancy also says, thank you for trying to explain the dark oracle side of things. I might get Adrian Adrian might be a good one to ask about that. Ellie Boyling says, we have had great results with the SLS camera. They're bloody heavy, though, especially when you were trying to hold a torch for Facebook Live, all your other equipment, and try to entertain folks as well. But the results are fab. Now, one of the things a lot of people don't realize about the SLS camera, I mean, they don't realise, first of all, what SLS stands for, which is Structured Light Sensor. Now, an SLS camera, the original SLS cameras weren't just designed to pick up a stick figure. They were designed also to pick up a heat sense. They had a heat sensor in them as well. The camera is totally different to what you see everybody carrying around, but they were never designed to be portable. Because when it's portable, it can't pick up at the proper distance that it's supposed to. So Xbox Kinects and similar cameras, they're all designed to pick up at about 6 feet away from where they're actually positioned, and they're designed to pick up on the standard things like people's limbs, your arms, your legs, and then they're designed to detect stationary position of chairs, tables, beds, things like that. So when a lot of people make them portable, but they not necessarily give the right results or work in the correct manner when they're portable. At least the Kinect software doesn't. I use a different software. I always put mine static, I should say, when I'm out and about, and I use a different software altogether. So I hate the words SLS camera because too many people call them SLSs when they're not. So moving on from that one, Adrian Atkins says the last time was at Hellfire Caves. Adrian, the last time I saw you was we met up in just outside of Swansea when you came and picked up those bits of equipment from me. That's the last time I believe I saw you.
Where's the Hellfire Caves? I want to go.
Hellfire Caves. Hellfire Caves are. Oh God, what are they called?
Let's go, Vicky.
Yeah.
High Wycombe.
Oh, we can go there.
But they're silly expensive to hire.
There.
We can go. It's fine.
I think it's about £1,400 to hire it for the night. So.
Well, Steve will pay.
Right. Natalie Jane says, I'd love to do a Ouija board, but got to be trustworthy with a trustworthy person. You always have, no matter what you do in the paranormal, you have to be around people that you trust. Right. Hawkeye
Come with
Station.
us. We're really trustworthy.
Hawkeye Station Paranormal has answers the question, actually. A dark oracle is like a necromancer, but works in the lower realms. So that's good. And to free spirits is the next bit. So I hope that answers there. Sorry, just received a message. Becca Rowley's put a big long list on, so if I put it up on the screen, I'll be blocking two of you out. It looks fake on the film, haha. I had a friend who done a Ouija board in an abandoned building next to the Royal George pub down on the Mill Pond. Gemma will know where I'm on about. Do you go to the Royal George pub a lot?
No, I do not.
And apparently he got
Absolutely not.
and apparently he got thrown across to the other side of the room. All I seen was all of the people who done it running out this building.
Wow.
That would certainly be something that a lot of people would want to actually see, to be honest with you. It'd be, especially if somebody got thrown around a pub, I'm sure they would have CCTV footage of that somewhere. Mm-hmm. So that would be interesting to see. Yeah, but... Nancy Peverell says, so glad you haven't had any major experiences, Queen Bee. Thank you for explaining, Steve Watson. Great idea, Dan. Thank you. Anyway, thanks, Vicky and Tracy. Hawkeye Station Paranormal says you are welcome. Thank you very much for that. Oh, hang on. We just lost Tracy. Tracy's just run off. She's run away again. She's gone down the pub.
She'll be back in a minute. Just carry on. Don't worry about her.
Gareth Llewellyn, has anyone actually seen a ghost or had excellent evidence to show that fact's not just an orb?
Ooh.
I have.
Go on, Vicky.
So I went on an investigation and I can't remember who I went with, but I was in Margam. And in Margam, you've got like the massive staircase that goes each way. And I was one side of the staircase and I was just sort of talking to the person next to me and looked across and thought I'd seen something. But I'm quite wary. I won't tell people what I've seen until someone else clarifies with me what they've seen, because I don't want to feed them sort of information. And this lady sort of said to me, "Did you just see something?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why did you?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, well, what did you see?" And she said, "Oh, I saw a woman in a long white dress walking down the stairs," and that's exactly what I saw. And yeah, there's a story about a lady on that staircase, which I won't go into in case I spoil it for anyone, but it turned out that we'd seen the same thing at the same time, so that was quite cool.
That's mad. Shame you didn't get a picture of it.
Yeah. And then I also had another experience in I think it was the Nice Castle Hotel, and that was the first investigation I ever went on. I was quite young at the time, and we were all in one of the bedrooms, and they had an ensuite in the bedroom, and we did a séance in the ensuite, and I was as far in to the bathroom as you could go, and I was looking out towards the door, and I thought I'd seen sort of a shadow of a head and shoulders, but behind the woman by the door. And I thought, I'm not going to say nothing. It's the first time I've done it. I'm probably wrong. But the medium who was with us on that evening was lying on the bed, because there's a story about the bed that people used to come and steal jewellery off people. And he turned around and said to the girl by the bathroom, "He's there, he's behind you." And I thought, okay. And the woman was part of the team, and she turned around and said, "Well, she said, who's behind me?" And I said, "Well, I've seen like a head and shoulders about the sort of height of a head above you." And he said, "Yeah, that's exactly where he is." He said, "He's right there behind her, and he's about a head taller than her." So, yeah. And that was the first time I'd ever done an investigation, so that was me hooked.
Yeah, that's good. That very
That's
good.
it. So, anybody else?
Yes, I've seen a few incidents actually, and one that was confirmed with another lady. We were in a castle in Swansea. Is it Eccleston? I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But we described what we saw. I have to say that she was a medium as well. But we described what we saw to an independent person who couldn't hear each other. And I said that I seen a knight there. And when they asked questions, I said, "Well, I can only see the bottom half," and that's exactly what she could see as well. Because you very rarely see a whole apparition. You see the top or you see the bottom, generally. And we sort of we had seen the same thing then as such. Another time, I was actually sat in a spiritualist church, and just talking absent-mindedly. And I just sort of went to brush away what I thought was a hair in the air, like a piece of hair. And it was only when I went to touch it and move it that I realised it was actually an outline of a person. That was quite incredible. It was,
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. But apart from lots of things being pushed, seeing shadows, lots of stuff like that. But actually seeing apparitions is the best I can do, I'm afraid. What about you, Vicky?
Yeah, I'm the same. Mine's all like shadows and things moving. I've not actually seen an apparition yet. I've seen plenty of orbs and things move and shadows, but no apparitions for me yet.
Tracy?
She all right?
I don't know. You all right, Tracy?
What's wrong with the face? Are we boring you?
Don't think
she
she
hear
can.
us. No, I don't think she can.
Don't think.
She's shaking her head. Don't you put that thing up again?
No, I was going to write a different one. Don't worry.
Good. Otherwise, you'll have a Chinese burn.
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yay, we can hear you.
I can hardly hear you. You're just breaking up so much. I can't understand what's being said or anything. I'm having a nightmare.
Oh, no. Gemma, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh, right, okay. I was just going to say, actually, if you wasn't on the phone, you might be able to get Tracy on a call or something. At least we can get her on audio only.
Dan, do you find that something works better than others? I mean, is Android or Apple better, computer better, or generally?
What
Are you on your phone, Vicky?
using this?
No,
Do
I'm
you
on the laptop.
Yes.
There you are. Does your phone you?
Depends, really. I don't really get many issues. It's a lot of it's down to signal strength, I think.
Right. Okay.
And because I mean, Drew sometimes has a few issues on his. He uses his phone all the time. Sometimes he gets issues. Sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I think is the case as well. I think the biggest problem is that I think when you get quite a lot of people going onto it at the same time using the system,
Yeah.
I think that can be sometimes a problem. So, but yeah,
I was on an Android phone. So.
If we could get Tracy onto audio for the last 15 minutes, maybe.
Do you want to ring her, Vicky? On Messenger?
Yeah, I can do.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking if we can get her on audio at least. Keep
Did you hear
her
that,
on.
Trace?
That whopping great big phone, look. Okay, so just having a little look at the chat. Sorry, people, we will just flip in and out a bit. So Hawkeye Station Paranormal says they're trapped in the void. There is no higher realms. Anyone?
Tracy's with us.
Yay! Can you hear us now, Tracy?
I'm here.
Hey!
Yay!
She's here in spirit. She's going to leave us EVPs. Dawn Herb says she has had figure wave on command on SLS.
Wow, that's cool.
There we go. Nancy Peverell says interesting on SLS camera. Another thing I've learned today.
That's good.
Rachel Walker Northcott says anyone do anything in Cornwall? I would love to join a night.
I tell you where you need to go is to make it in if you want to do it Cornwall. We did that back in January, and that was really good night, wasn't it, Vic?
Yeah, it was. Trace, did you like
really good
to
night.
make it in?
You should get onto that team. I can't remember the name of it now. It's Kareen. Do you know Kareen, Dan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that? she wrote it down there to make it in. They've also got the jail, haven't they? Is it the jail?
Say again. Oh, you mean Bodmin?
What have they got in Cornwall? Bodmin Jail.
Bodmin Jail, yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I haven't done Bodmin yet, but I wouldn't mind really doing that.
Tracy said she'd like to go back.
Yeah.
I want to go back as well.
There are numerous teams down in the Cornwall area as well, which is worth getting hold of, and just having a little look around and seeing who you can find in that local area is worthwhile. But obviously, as well, have a look at the if you want to get on events and things. One of the events companies that's generally around every part of the UK is Fright Nights. They're worthwhile looking at. I'm sure they've got a Cornwall team. So if you struggle to find anyone, Rachel, just have a little look at Fright Nights and see what they've got. I'm sure they've got Fright Nights Southwest, I believe it's called. So worth having a little butch of that. Where are we? Becca Rowley wasn't in the pub. Was in the abandoned building next to it.
Oh.
Right, no worries. Hawkeye Station's Paranormal says they have an alien, full features, black eyes, caught in water, and was caught in water Bible. When you zoom in the Bible and the demon is there, it's like an alien from Aliens. Okay, we don't like that. Do you know what? There's only one film that weirds me out and I can't watch because it's only the alien films are the only ones that actually freak me out. I don't know why. It's just something that all throughout my life, it's always been the case. Alien movies, I struggle to watch them. I can watch them, but I just then don't sleep very well for a day or two afterwards. don't know what it is. It's always been the case.
I can't watch Gremlins.
You can't watch Gremlins.
I literally can't. It makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
It's but Moon for
I
me.
literally can't watch it. Oh, it's awful. Awful film.
Gremlins. Magway. Where did we get to? Nancy Perrell says going to do a study on necromancers now. I'll be back for sure. Very interesting show. Take care. Stay safe. And you.
Bye.
Becca Rowley, has a ghost ever followed you home?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Trace? Tracy said yeah as well.
Yeah.
Vicky's like, Tracy said yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Go on, your
A couple of
story.
occasions.
Do you mind saying it?
Who,
Who's
me?
Tracy's?
Anybody's.
Tracy, what's your story? Go.
They're always following me. They come home with me. I'm sure of it. I see them, most definitely. Yeah. And other people have seen them as well. They say, why did you bring them home with you? And I said, I didn't bring anybody home. Well, who's that there then? People see them. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I got most of
Yeah.
Okay, good.
it. Gemma?
Yes, it's happened to me a couple of times. I come back one evening and my son wasn't staying. He was staying at his friend, so I was coming home alone. And I thought, right, after an investigation, I always like to sit down, have a cup of tea and unwind, watch a bit of telly or something. So I was doing that, and then the dog was going mental. I thought, what the hell's wrong with the dog? Didn't think anything of it, finished my tea or whatever, went to bed. And then I was hearing like banging in the hallway. I was hearing the toilet door opening and closing. And I was thinking, oh my God, I brought something home with me. I was convinced I had. So I literally just like got Spotify on, banged some tunes out for about 2 hours. I couldn't sleep.
You were just trying to get away. You were just trying to get the setup like in Ghost, weren't you? That's what you were trying to do, really, weren't you?
No, I just wanted them to go away. So I was literally like just saying, like, you know, look, I've been with you all evening. Seriously, just go home now. I want to go to sleep.
I bet she's got a potter's wheel in the sitting, really.
That wasn't long ago, was it?
No, that wasn't long ago, that one. But I was a little bit unnerved and I hardly slept.
That's because she was downstairs on a coffee table doing this. You know, hoping that he'd come round behind her.
You're a dickhead.
It was funny though.
You all pick on me. I don't know why.
Oh my life. What was it? It was it's a bit like this, isn't it? That was Gemma sitting on that night.
A bit of nerve there, I think.
Yes. I'm not the one that's in a spiritual encounter.
So that was Patrick Swayze.
No.
She sat there going, "Come on, Swayze, sort it out."
I can't wait till this lockdown ends. I'm going to strangle you.
So to catch me first, isn't it? Becca Rowley says, "Right, that's it. I'm not coming on investigation with you guys."
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Dawn Renee. I noticed that spirits appear the way they want for you to see them. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, they didn't for Gemma because Swayze didn't turn up, but you know. Sorry. In all seriousness, go on, Gemma.
I'm not speaking now.
Again?
I noticed that spirits appear the way they want for you to see them. What are your thoughts on this?
Spirits want to what?
What I noticed that spirits appear the way they want for you to see them. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, they can do what they want, can't they? So yeah, if they want to appear as a woman when they're not, they can do that. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, we had that actually, didn't we, at the Jamaica Inn?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did actually. Somebody said they were somebody else, and they ended up they were being somebody else. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They play mind games all the time.
I think that they can, or they seem to come back at the best, at their favorite time of life.
Yeah.
You know, even if somebody has died and they're older than 97, then they seem to come back in their 30s or a time that was that meant a lot to them, or when they were most happy.
Yeah.
That's my experience. I've even done readings and described a person, and they said I've described them perfectly, but you know, when they were younger.
I was going to say, or if it's a more of a residual haunting as such, you're seeing that recording of them where, you know, they're not interacting with you as such. You're seeing that recording.
No, but that's generally when they meet their end, isn't it?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is that no matter what, everything that happens or everything that we say or do, really, everything's theory based anyway. So none of us are 100% certain exactly, you know, how we're going to see somebody, or that's how we're going to see a spirit, I should say, or anything. Come on, Emma. She's like, Emma's like, no, I'm not talking to you no more. So, what are your thoughts on spirits appearing in the way?
I agree with what Steve was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a torrent of abuse afterwards now. I'm going to get a phone call about me. I'm just going to play that music again. Natalie Jane says, I'd freak if I brought a spirit home. Drew's popped on to say hello, everybody.
I do.
I do.
Gresney Teleri Thomas, do you ever see the spirits wearing colourful clothes, or is it just only black, white, or shadow, etc.?
Hello, Glesney.
Oh, do you all know Glesney then?
I do.
Hey, there we go.
Personally, it's just been shadows, really, or like sort of dark outlines.
Yeah.
But actually, no, that's a lie, because I said earlier I saw a woman in a white dress.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, I haven't seen colours. Trace, what about you?
No, nothing.
I was going to say, you look like you're talking to yourself there, Vic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, Tracy said no colours.
No colours. Gemma?
No colours.
No.
I've not seen anybody in colours, but then I haven't seen an apparition, so I just see shadows.
Steve?
I think you're talking about two different things now. I mean, if you see a spirit, then that's different, isn't it? I tend to work clairsentient, and then I do see colour. But then what you're seeing is in your mind. It's in your third eye. And then I clearly remember I was giving a reading to one woman, and I described a young girl, and I knew she had blonde hair. I could see it. I could describe it, you know. I think then that it is in colour. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe if you actually see a spirit.
I think the thing is that, I don't know if you'd agree with this, Steve, especially. The thing with it, my thoughts are, is that if a spirit manifests, it's energy that's manifesting, and the energy won't necessarily. So the amount of energy is what is needed to be able to manifest in full.
Yeah.
To me, I wouldn't have thought you would see colours, because what you're seeing is, excuse the pun when I say it, but the spirit of that person. So you're not necessarily seeing that person. So if you look at the typical, if you go back to the film Ghostbusters in the library, when you see the elderly lady that stood there, you know, and then all of a sudden she turns into a monster looking, that general sort of picture of the spirit, you know, that white figure, not necessarily floating there, but that white figure would be to me what you generally would, how you would generally expect to see something. You know, you see shadows because of there's less energy, or you see partial apparitions because there's a bit more energy, and there's not enough to fully form. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. As I said, I can't say that I've seen a full apparition myself. I know a good friend of mine. Him and his wife went away, and he woke up and he's seen a spirit. He'd actually gone, staying in a bed and breakfast, and gone to a ghost hunt. And when he come back, he sort of laid on a bed, opened his eyes, shut his eyes, opened them, and he's seen a woman, and he described them everything, even the dress she was wearing. And it turned out to be the landlord's his landlord's wife that had died from cancer a few years earlier. Wow. And he described everything, the dress, the colour of the hair, everything. And he showed her a photo, and it was even the dress that she'd been buried in that he described. So, I can't say I personally experienced that, but I know he did.
I know some people say if you see a white spirit or you see a grey spirit, it can be down to how they passed. Whether they passed in a means of something was more horrible than not. So Becca Rowley with the last one of the night, because we're just past 9 o'clock now. It's a big long one, so I won't put it up on the screen. My daughter had seen something in my old house. Gemma might remember this one. She would wake up screaming, crying to get it out of her bedroom. Then in the daytime, she would say that they were giving her sweets. I found that very creepy. She also would say before she would go to bed that they were in her bedroom window, waving and asking her to come outside. I had the house blessed and all that, and the woman who done it said there was a little boy and a little girl that they were lost. A neighbour, that was. Do you remember that, Joan?
Yeah, I do remember that. Where the house where Becca used to live, it's built on. I'm not sure what. I don't want to say what was on the ground because I'm not completely sure, but I think it was something to do with the army, because a lot of the houses, they'll get an activity in those houses, and they're new builds. They're new builds, and it's a massive big estate. But I think it's on something. And I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's on something to do with the army.
Okay. Interesting.
So something's going on there.
That'll be interesting to see about that then.
Yeah.
Becca says they were old bunkers.
That's it.
So
there you go.
Right then, so we've pretty much come to the end.
Oh, it's gone so quick.
Yes.
It's flown by.
Actually, I think we've missed one here. There we go.
Tracy said she was only there for half of it.
Yeah, bless her.
So Glesney actually did ask, can the same spirit appear as a child and then as an adult? So that's one for the night.
Glesney, cryptic. I don't know.
I can't say I've ever experienced that.
What, the same spirit being a child and being an adult?
Yeah, showing themselves as a child to start with and then as an adult.
I've not experienced that. I mean, I can't hear Tracy.
Okay. She said it could happen. Anything's possible, basically.
I think one could be a residual memory, and then the other one could be a spirit. That's possible.
Yeah, that's probably more likely to be the case for anything. So, right then, so we're pretty much come to the end for tonight. There's so much going on with a few different charity things and that being happening tonight that come 9 o'clock, we're just gonna pretty much lose everybody off the chats as it goes. We've dropped right down to 11 at the moment, anyway. So, what we'll do is we'll look at calling it a night for there. So thank you very much for coming on again.
It's okay. Go and check the page out, people. Science Beyond the Grave.
Definitely go across to Science Beyond the Grave. Also go across to Queen Bee Healing. Vicky, Tracy, and Steve, do you have pages at all that you deal with that are your own, or you would like to shout out?
No, they're not important like me.
I mean, not everyone needs to come on to a live with the word Queen in their name.
That's it. Let's just remember one thing, Gemma.
What can I say?
Oh no, let's not go into my rest of my TikTok. There we go. Right, thank you very much for coming on, and remember, if ever anybody is interested in donating to the charity readathon that Drew and I are going to be doing on Saturday, please follow the link that's on the page in the event. Thank you very much for everybody to come on. Thank you to everybody. In fact, I'm sorry we couldn't get Tracy on properly. Hopefully next time we can get Tracy on screen properly without any audio issues.
Yeah.
So, well, at least we got her on partially today. You know, before she wasn't able to come on. So next time will be proper.
Yeah, the other two are just elusive.
That's
They
it.
don't want to come on.
That's it. So thank you very much again for coming on, guys. And it's been
No
fun.
worries.
And Gemma, I will see you next week. Should be on here.
Yes.
So Wednesday as well next week. And for the rest of you, please pop on, say hello. But please all pop over to Silence Beyond the Graves site and give them a like and a share.
Thank you.
Make sure you keep an eye out for them once the lockdown's done. They're good fun to watch. They have a good laugh when they're out and about.
We are going to be crazy when we're let out. I can't wait.
Yeah. Tracy said 100%.
I can't wait.
There we go. So,
See, Badger, I can't wait.
Bessie says thank you, very interesting tonight, and Becca Rowley says good night, bye guys. So thanks very much. I shall see you all soon, and thanks again for coming on. See you guys.
No worries. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.